I'd like to call the November meeting of the Edison Library Board to order at 7:04 p.m. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As required by the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided to the public by notices given to the Home News Tribune, the Star Ledger, News Indian Times, posted on the Edison Public Library website and bulletin board, and given to the Township Clerk's Office. Mr. Clemens, roll call please.
Mr. Body?
Yes.
Ms. Leary? Excuse absence, am I correct?
Yep.
Ms. Mead?
Yeah.
Ms. Hamida Mukala had notified me that she was unable to attend. Mr. Romano?
Yes.
Mr. Patel?
Here.
Ms. Singh?
Yes.
And Mr. DeBasquale?
Yes.
You have a quorum.
Okay, resolution to approve the minutes of the October 14th.
I'd like to make that
Do
motion.
we want to make the change first?
No, you need it.
I need it first. Minutes of the Edison Township Library Board of Trustees meeting, October 14, 2025. Present, Anthony D. Pasquale, Pallavi Kabadi, Katrina Giri, Fiona Mead, Jyoti Pamade Mukula, Joseph Romano. Absent, Shreyans Patel excused, Rinki Singh excused. Also present, Joseph Palmbit, Board Attorney, Alan Kleinman, Library Director, Amanda Coyle, Administrative Operations, Sherry Race, Library Administration. The President called the meeting to order at 7:02 p.m. He led the salute to the flag and the Open Public Meetings Act statement was read, roll call taken. On motion and second, the minutes of September 9, 2025 were approved. On motion and second, the bill list of October 14, 2025 was approved. On motion and second, a resolution to go into closed session was approved at 7:46 p.m. On motion and second, resolution to return to open session was approved at 8:45 p.m. On motion and second, the resolution to hire Ahua Bailey as a part-time librarian was approved. On motion and second, the next board meeting was moved to Thursday, November 20, 2025 at 7 p.m. at the main library branch. On motion and second, the meeting was adjourned by unanimous consent at 8:58 p.m. Thank you.
Okay, can I have a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion.
A second.
Yeah, second.
Wait, before we do that, sorry, we do have a correction?
No, this is the right time to do it.
Yes, so we have a correction.
Yep.
Which is, it stated that the meeting was at the Clara Barton
Yes.
Library, and it's actually that meeting. So,
Yes.
okay.
So we'll change this and then we will repost it. We'll make this with the corrections that it was corrected on these minutes and correct the last.
Okay, great. Roll call?
Alrighty, okay. Mr. Body?
Yes.
Ms. Mead?
Yes.
Mr. Romano?
Yes.
Mr. Patel?
Oh, I see, I wasn't here.
Ms. Singh?
I wasn't here.
Abstain. And Mr. DeBasquale?
Yes,
Motion carries.
okay, great. We will move to the financial reports.
Financial statements. Well, we're getting to the end of the year. The bill list that you have reflects two major costs, expenditures. One is the 99% payment for the final payment for the main library, and the third payment to the Palpro for North Edison branch. I'll talk a little bit more about where we are. So that's why the bill list is quite big, as well as some costs for furniture that we're paying for the this building from the upper floor. So it is rather a large bill, all of which we had obviously funds for, and were accounted as part of our capital expenditures. Other than that, nothing really ordinary out of this month. I mean, those two are ordinary. I will not be surprised if I get a call from the bank. The last time we issued a check that large, TD Bank actually called me to make sure that it was okay before they cashed it. So I think the bank has been watching over our shoulders to make sure that these are legitimate checks. Other than that, the bill list for the period ending October 30th that we submit today, November 20th, is for $1,355,549.61. I'd be more than pleased to answer any questions that anyone has in regards to our finances and or the bill list.
Anybody, any questions? Okay, I see none. Can I have a motion to approve the bill list?
There's a motion to approve.
Wait a second.
A second.
Okay, roll call.
Ms. Kabadi?
Yes.
Ms. Mead?
Yes.
Mr. Romano?
Yes.
Mr. Patel? Yes. Ms. Singh?
Yes.
And Mr. Di Pasquale?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, we'll move on to the library director's report, assistant library.
Director's report. I do apologize being leave this week, but I wanted to bring the report to you that kind of had things up to date. The main library, for all intents and purposes, the lower level is complete. We're working on the punch list. We have already started to reassemble the shelves downstairs. We will start to get the books out of storage after the book sale, because we're gonna have the book sale downstairs, so we don't wanna mix the book sale books and our library collection, and people think they wanna buy all that stuff. The new automated material handling machine has been installed and tested with, people are using it because they come up and they see it returned and they return their books, and they're checked in, and it gives us a good opportunity before we go live. We had a couple of things done on the outside of the building. We had a wall that had been broken, retaining wall. A car had hit it last year, and we waited till construction was over to actually repair it in case something happened with a truck that went through and did it again. That has been finished and has looked gorgeous, as well as our shrubbery has been replaced so that we can now have much more better curb appeal, because for pretty much 95% of the people that come into the library, they come through the parking lot. So that's the place that we really want to make it look the best. We did receive a copy of the draft audit, but we've not had a chance, Chris and I had actually talked to them, so we're probably going to do that tomorrow. And I hope that we will meet with the finance committee the week after Thanksgiving to review the audit before we present it to the full board, as well as to have a draft of the 2026 budget, so that we can look at it in December, everyone can give their feedback, and then we can hopefully the board will approve it in January. A couple of things pending for Clara Barton. We're still waiting for the plans to for the vestibule. They're supposed to come in any day. We're waiting for a report back. We were going to have it today, but it got postponed on Tuesday with third ways to talk about just what Clara Barton might look like in the future. We did Carrie and Iovino came out to look at the garage. It really, the opening for the new bookmobile can't be enlarged, and I'm not recommending we go build a whole new garage. But we might look at maybe an arrangement with the township that we can park the vehicle there overnight and the staff starts there. We've had 2 conversations with Farber regarding the new bookmobile, and this one's going, COVID times are over, and we believe we might actually have it by next October, which will be great because it seems almost every other week we've got something wrong, and this one does have a leak when it rains heavily from the skylight, so the sooner the better. Construction at North Edison is 56% done. I have not been there. I've had a conflict. You were there last week.
Yeah,
It's getting there. I'll be there I have to be there Monday, with Tyler. They want to turn the gas on, make sure the gas works because it's kind of getting cold. And so, they want to begin to work on the interiors. The foundation is looking at exploring ways in which we can increase money for the library. We just became, and I have to sort this out, we just became like a marketplace for See's Candy. People would buy the candy, we get a certain percentage, all goes through the mail, it's not here, we're not gonna have a candy store here. But once we have this information, I'm gonna be the first one to try it, because I do like See's candies, and you can't always get them in New Jersey. Test to make sure that it works. I attended last week the annual public policy forum from the New Jersey Library Association. So you have a green sheet that, and we'll talk about it more over the year. This is what was just released that we will be working on for the next legislative session beginning in January. There were a couple of things here that we thought might go through the fair practices for libraries purchasing electronic materials, but we have been told basically that this is something that the new governor-elect supports, and so it will be introduced in the next session. It wasn't like it had to be done for this session. One of the other things that would affect us and every library is increase in per capita state aid, which is a small amount of money that we get. It's less than 0.1% of our budget, but it does help. But for other smaller libraries, that extra money means a lot. So we're hopeful that might be looked at. But next year, as you already know, financial issues, the state coffers are very low, and it's going to be a lot of budget fighting with all the groups that want to make sure that their things aren't cut. So all I can do is try, we just keep moving along each year. I did attend the League of Municipalities, which I've done, I guess, for the last 3 or 4 years. It's a great opportunity. Most of the time I either spent at the New Jersey Library Association booth. I attended a couple of sessions, including the one that the mayor was the moderator for, which was packed out the door. And it was a really good session. Sonia was one of the speakers as well as one of our township attorneys, and they were talking about basically the issues of people coming to public meetings and making the scene. It's the best way, and how to handle it, what the legal rights are, and this is an issue it seems to be all over the state. So Cranford is the one that's now the big, last year it was Edison. Cranford's the one that everyone is now looking at, because there's someone who likes to come with a beach ball and throw the beach ball around, and it's interesting. But I would recommend going to the league. You can learn a lot. There were trustees there. Many of those trustees happen to be also council people, but who were regular council people on the library board. There were trustees who were just trustees who happened to also have another job in town, and they were there for doing that. It's the biggest exhibit floor I have ever seen. It's the size of a football field. And to see these mammoth trucks in that space, it's like, they've got a truck for everything. It's amazing. And you just want to buy all that stuff, except we don't have any use for it, but it was really cool. So it's been a busy month. We've got a busier one coming up with getting the main library back to where it is for the grand opening on January 3rd, a book sale on 5, 6, and 7. We have invited everyone, will get their invitations. We're gonna send them out after Thanksgiving, because before Thanksgiving, everyone's headed somewhere else. So they'll start to go out. We're hopeful, how should we put this? We're hopefully optimistic that the mayor will attend as well to be part of the ceremony. He promised that he would do his very best to be here. And Edison TV has pencils us in, so I'm hopeful that they will be here as well. Deborah's report takes a slightly different piece to it. She kind of likes to summarize. We asked most of the staff to send us reports each month so that we can see what they've been particularly doing, and then she pulls things out.
Yes, I pull things out and try to match them up with the strategic plan. But I just wanted to say last month, or this fall, has been great. We've had very successful programs. We recently had a maternity boot camp, which was well attended, the Freedom to Read program. Then we had a haunted house, which was a super well attended family program, and a trunk or treat, which the staff and some of their family members provided out in the parking lot. We also have some upcoming programs. This Saturday at the Clara Barton branch, we have Native American inspired burlap weaving. We have on Sunday a writer's circle here. We have game day with the Edison police officers on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, we have a computer support drop-in from 5:30 to 7:30. Anybody, any age can come in if they need help. That's at Maine. We also, on December 4th, the library chef, who does the virtual programs, is doing one on making chocolate truffles. So that's from 7 to 8 p.m. on, I think it's Wednesday, December 4th. And Alan mentioned that the automated materials handler has been installed and staff are training on it, which is going well. We've been meeting with staff to talk about how they're doing and their 2026 goals. I've also been working with staff on interviewing the part-time literacy candidates for the part-time positions, and for the part-time collection services position. And I'm working on staff training for 2026. We need to discuss go over that. And then I'm excited for the book fest and the holiday party in the new year. I mean, it's not December, but we're almost at Thanksgiving, so.
One of the things in your packet here, we received a lovely, actually, Lorna, who is our teacher of literacy and ESL class, got a letter from one of her students, and if you'd be so kind, I think you'll enjoy if I read it. Lorna teacher, good morning. I have great news for you. Today, I got a job last Friday. I'm working in product returns management at a warehouse in Eastern United States. Today is my 3rd day on the job. I'm very busy every day. We all work well together. I have been studying English at the library for over 2 months. I'm grateful for your care and encouragement, which has given me greater confidence to learn English well. Now I work so that I can't go to the library to learn English with my classmates, but I still spend an hour studying English at home every day after get off work. I believe I'll be able to speak fluent English one day. Thank you again, teacher. And so when you look at why, libraries do things like this is kind of the payback we get. And it shows how we do make an impact on people's lives.
Yeah.
And so, I'm really glad Warner is a wonderful teacher. Her conversation groups and her lounge are always packed. But, that's why we, lost the other teacher who went back to, Plainfield. So, we are, trying to fill that position. We did have, quite a few people to choose from. But one of the things that we are now starting to do, and you will probably see in December and January, is we had consolidated a lot of jobs simply because we were basically working with two buildings that didn't have the space for full service. So now, beginning on January 4th, Sunday, this building will be open again with 2 floors. And we are starting to make sure that we have enough staff here for the 2 floors. And we'll probably have that same burst of hiring again in the spring as we get close to opening up the North Edison branch. So, there's a lot of stuff going on, and it's interesting when I talk to other libraries about the amount of staff. They have very top-heavy administration, and we don't. We basically have tried to put most of the salaries into staff that deal with the public. And I think that's still the best way to move ahead. So we'll be coming with you in December and January, don't be surprised, with a couple of positions that we need to fill now. And we just now have another vacancy, someone retired. So we've got a couple of full-time and part-time jobs that we'll be filling. If there are any questions for Deborah or myself, we'd be more than pleased to answer it, or when you have the time. Yeah.
I just wanted to know if for the book sale puzzles are allowed. We had a couple of people asking about that. Puzzles at the book sale, are there gonna be any puzzles? Are you accepting puzzles?
Puzzles?
We've never done puzzles, but I don't see a reason why we can't accept puzzles. If someone will buy them, that's great.
As long as they have all their pieces.
Yes, and I don't know how to check that, but yes, someone has been asking, so.
And we'll probably, the administrative staff are gonna, in December, we know we have to do a new strategic plan next year. But I think there's a whole bunch of initiatives we still would like to do 2026. So they're kind of goals and objectives as we go through the evaluations and annuals that we do with the staff. We really want to have something that we can share with you and share with the public of where we're going. We're just about ready to launch a new business information service for people who are starting a business, finance, new entrepreneurs. That's a gap that we really haven't done. And we think that that's a new area that libraries are moving into. We certainly have strengthened our literacy in ESL, and there's a lot more that we can do once we have the space. And I should say the space is back to where they originally were. So we're really like.
Anybody else?
I have a different question here. Can I ask? Okay. I'm looking at the numbers, I'm very technical, so because now it just got stuck to me. Says database, says users 388. The number, what does users means over here?
I'm sorry.
The database at the last.
On this paper,
Oh,
it says
that's the number
databases, users.
The number of people who have actually, we have about 20 online resources, so that's a congregate of the number of users, number of patrons who use those databases this month. We've got, all of our online periodical databases, our language databases, our other newspaper, databases. And so we keep statistics each month on the number of people that use it so that we know whether it still makes sense for us when the renewal comes up. If no one's using something, then we would cancel it in favor of looking for something else. So the users is a library term. You can call it patrons, you can call it customers.
Yeah.
So it's the number of customers and the number of searches they did on those online resources.
So anyone who is considered to be user has the library card, right?
Yes, they have to have a library card to use our resources, yes.
So these users only this month they get added because the number is very low. These are the numbers.
You mean the library card created?
No, the library card created is more than the users. It should be
Well,
other
no,
way.
but the users, all of us are users. It's
Yeah.
anyone who has a library card
Correct.
has access.
Yes.
We usually get somewhere around 300 to, in the summer, the max 500 new library card
Correct.
holders a month.
Correct.
One of the things we have been talking with are, I believe I did mention it last month, we're looking at one of the companies that can help us market to new residents in town, also market to various parts of town for people who don't have library cards. So that's going to be an ongoing thing for us throughout 2026. We have about 35,000 library cards out of the population of 110,000.
35,000?
35,000. That
Okay.
doesn't mean we have 35,000 users.
Oh,
So there are different aggregates that libraries use.
okay.
And so one of them is the number of library card holders. Out of that, everyone looks at people who are active.
Active.
So an active library card user
Mhm.
is someone who has used a library card within usually the last 3 months.
Okay.
So an average for us is 5,000.
Okay.
In the summer, it can go up to 7, 8, or 9 because everyone's doing summer reading. So if you look at the fact that we had 33,930 items borrowed, plus the downloadable, if you add a couple thousand on that, that was pretty much done by 5,000 people.
Yeah, I'm still confused about the
think
users.
It's a
It's just hitting the database.
who
This is the ones
access
who went
it.
online and tried to access something.
Yeah, it's not
It's
the
not
actual
people who
users.
actually took out books or,
Yeah.
it's nothing to do with the circulation.
Yeah, but
Yeah, there's no correlation because it's not circulation. It's
Right.
using the online,
Online
I'm looking up
database.
a magazine online,
So
or
we
I
had
need to do research.
300 and some odd unique hits to the database
Right,
by users this month.
and they
That's
did
what that
over 4,000 searches.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
The average person just goes into the library and might take a book out but may not look online for it.
so this is actually 1% of number of library card is being issued, right? It's 35,000. It's really very low, right? Very low, 1%.
You know, we should be probably 50, and we've tried for the last couple of years. I think we'll be looking at new marketing strategies for next
Mhm.
year,
Yeah.
to reach, and one of the things I think, one of the kind of positions we need, and I always like to look at what works with other libraries. We need someone who focuses just on schools, for example, we're looking at that. Someone also who is a community person, that goes, and all they do is hit everyone every day, every organization. They visit, they bring out library cards, and that's different than the bookmobile. It's different than we go to do like the Diwali event. So we need to make more efforts into two things. One, outreach, and two, using people, we know people are here, but we also we know to start translating our brochures and flyers and other things in languages other than English. So obviously, you know, for Middlesex County, you know, Gujarati, Chinese, it's Spanish. Those are our top three here, besides English in Edison. And so, that one of the things we have been talking about is how we can get our brochures and things done in languages other than English. And I think that will help. We are very fortunate. We are really a multilingual staff. We have staff who are from China, different countries, Puerto Rico, Colombia, probably I think 6 or 7 states in India, all of whom speak different languages that you probably know. And so we're very fortunate. So that we're gonna utilize some of the staff to help us reach out to the community more. But I think, you know, 2026 for us is an outward look, because we spent the last 2 years on an inward look.
Yeah.
The inward was getting the buildings redone. Now, you know, basically in my head, North is done. You know, it's basically done with buying furniture. We're gonna open in July. It's 6 months from now. It's not like 4 years from now. We should be starting now to reach out to get people to come in. So the focus for 2026 is reach out to the library. And, you know, I think a lot of people just don't know what we have, especially for those who are not native speakers or who were not born in the United States. A public library does not exist outside some of the Western countries, or maybe, you know, Australia. Japan actually has a public library system, but a lot of countries just don't. So a public library, and you know, the best way to get the parents in is through the kids. So we continue to try to work with some of the schools, but we're gonna do more with the schools over the next year.
Any idea what is the percentage of the people who do not speak English as compared to people who speak English? What's the percentage of it?
Well, that use the library?
Yeah, library.
That's hard for me to tell. That would be better. I mean, I think, you know, more of the frontline staff,
Okay.
but I think people, I mean, what I can observe is, if people need the library, they come in.
Correct.
Someone has told them, go to the library and see
Yeah.
what's going on. And, you know, and that's why I think we need to be able to have things in other languages. Our programs need to also reflect that. You know, computer classes in languages other than English, for example. So, you know, we look at other libraries that have been successful that are bigger than us, but have the same issues. For example, the Queen's Library, you know, that has the same issues we do, but they have 60 branches and we only have 3. Same issues with the demographics, new immigrants coming in, people never using the library. And part of it is, we're also looking at that our collections have been small the last 2 years in languages other than English because we haven't had the space. And now that's also a draw. So we're working on that.
Right. Also social media, I think if you put some effort here, it would really help. Yeah. Social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like very low here also. You have not much engagement over here, right?
Oh, I agree. I think we could do better in that.
Right. Maybe making reels what you are doing, people will be very interested.
You know, I like the fact that we have somewhere to go.
Yeah.
You see, because if we were perfect, there'd be no place else to go.
Oh, yeah.
We would say we did it all, and that would be it. So it's much easier I think, to know that you've got a goal, you wanna get, and, you know, to do more is not a bad thing.
Right.
To do more is, you know, we have 110,000 people, in town. And of course, as you realize, that's 110 residents, but during the day, we have somewhere about 170,000 people in town. So there are people who come and work in town. There's a lot of people that come and work in town. So, and they also can be potential library users, even though they may have a home library elsewhere. So we want to start reaching out to them. And one of the goals is to see what we can do at Raritan Center with the businesses. I know many, many years ago, this library did literacy and ESL classes at Raritan Center for workers on their lunch hour, and we're looking at that when we get the new staff person to see if they could do that. So that's what I'm saying, we need to go out. We can't always wait for people to come in.
Of course, yeah.
And I'm gonna, of course, I expect the board to kind of like help us in all this stuff and tell us where we, like, cause you know everyone.
I can
everyone.
no, I can help you with social media. If you have somebody who is actually handling social media, I can definitely help you with the schedule and how you can bring more attention. People are, very curious about every library, what's happening. Just taking some pictures and posting, making some reels. Okay, this is a construction going on. Just very little thing, everything what you're doing, everyday stuff. People love to see it, and it will bring a lot of engagement.
Yeah, and we're looking at what we can do more visually.
Yeah.
With posting some things. We haven't done TikTok, and I think it's time for us to do. I already warned Kevin that we're gonna.
I mean,
try to do
even
some
these
TikTok.
social media what you have, you can bring engagement here as well. How often you post, that's the question. So if somebody who is helping you, I can talk.
All right, we'll talk. How's that?
Sure.
Anybody else?
Looks like website is doing good. You have a good number of visits and page views, right?
All good?
All good.
All right, great. Okay, we'll move to the president's report. So, I just want to thank, and this letter is a great example of this. I just want to thank the administrative staff and the staff down, and there's everybody who contributes to the library, the trustees, everybody contributes to that. And, if it was just this one person that we affected,
Yeah.
that's worth all the work that we're doing. And we know we affect a lot more people. So I want to thank everybody because obviously, everybody has a care and concern about how we affect people in this town. And, some people think the library is gone and the library doesn't do anything and they have no idea what's going on with the library. People are online and they don't do anything else, and there's a lot of people. When I come to the library, there's always people here doing something, and I think we offer a lot of great programs. And as Helen said, we have a lot of room to offer a lot more. And I think we're on a good track between, like Alan said, we're concentrating on the buildings, we're getting them done. Once they're done, we're good with that. Now we move forward with new stuff. And I think it's been a great year so far. I think, like I said, I think we're moving forward and we're in the right direction.
Yes.
So I want to thank everybody for that. Okay, we don't have any new business. We're gonna go to public comments. During the open portion of its meeting, the library board provides the public with an opportunity to offer comments regarding matters pertaining to the library. Pursuant to provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act, the board is entitled to permit, regulate, or prohibit public participation in its meetings. Each speaker will have a maximum of 4 minutes to speak and should limit comments to matters pertaining to the library. The speaker will be directed to conclude their remarks once the speaker's time has expired. The speaker may not speak more than once during the same public comment period. No time may be yielded to a speaker by another. Speakers are asked to begin their remarks by stating their name and address. Board members are not obligated to answer impromptu questions or address remarks from members of the public during the public comment period. Speakers should expect the board to refrain from engaging in a dialogue except to the extent necessary to clarify the speaker's comment. The allotted time for speaking is the only method to address the board during the public comment period. The board will not entertain questions or comments called out from the audience. When appropriate, the board may refer inquiries and items brought up during the public comment to the director or other staff for follow-up. Speakers and members of the public should at all times maintain proper decorum and shall make their comments in a civil manner. Do we have any public comments? Rickard.
To answer, at the last library board meeting, I asked why there was no council meeting that is filling the council liaison position here. And so I was asked to go to the council and ask. And I did go to the October 22 meeting, and it brought up a lot of concerns, some things that had to do with my district, and of course, this issue as well. It was a 5-minute discussion. I'm not sure if any of you guys watched it. So I'm just gonna paraphrase it, and you guys are welcome to watch it as well. So Councilman Brescher said that he was assigned as a liaison, but at the first meeting, he was told he couldn't speak or participate until the very end. He said that since he cannot vote, he questioned the point of attending at all. He might as well just watch the meeting online. Until the library board changes its leadership or procedures, he doesn't see any council member wanting to sit there silently. He described the liaison position as basically a dead appointment. Council President Harris shared that when she filled in for Councilman Brescher, she was shocked by how different the environment was from her previous 2 years of service, when she was always welcomed and always able to contribute. She left halfway during the meeting where she was covering for Councilman Brescher, frustrated, and told the mayor that she didn't see the point of liaison, who is expected to sit silently like a potted plant. Those are her words. She agreed with Councilman Brescher that unless leadership or rules change, the role serves no purpose. Councilman Coyle said, I know that there are different views on the liaison role. Some feel liaisons should offer input, while others think the role should stay limited. A liaison is meant to observe, listen, and communicate, not vote. He said leadership changes are normal on any board and expressed confidence in the library board overall. Councilman Brescher then stated that a liaison should be able to speak during discussions, offer opinions, and weigh in during the meeting. Right now, liaisons can only speak as members of the public, which he believes is not how the role should work. He also mentioned that the library is probably over budget. Councilman Patel said, and I'm going to use his exact words because it's short, I agree with Councilman Brescher. A liaison needs to be able to communicate and collaborate with the board. Otherwise, why send one at all? On the Cultural Arts Commission, where I'm the liaison, I'm not a voting member, but my input is welcome and expected. A liaison is meant to help keep communication open between the board and administration. So over the past year, I've been coming to the library board meetings as a member of the public. I'm speaking for myself now. And I actually put an application a year ago. But even though I don't have an official role, I've been trying to come here to the library board meetings, to the council meetings and other meetings to go ahead and try to act as an unofficial liaison. So from what we just heard, it sounds like no one on the council is stepping up to fill the vacant liaison position. So I'm curious if the newly elected council members from this current election decide not to go ahead and fulfill that role, will the board consider changes that made in January to limit how the liaison can participate? What is the board's response or next move, given that even today we don't have anyone from the council here?
Okay, and I'll respond to that. I sent a letter to the council explaining the role of a liaison according to the law. According to the law, the council liaison is not a library board member. They are not like the Board of Education liaison. The Board of Education liaison is an official member of the library board. This is according to the law. What that means is that only the library board members are allowed to speak during the official time of the meeting. Library board members are the only ones to be in closed session according to the law. This was sent to the council with all the cited laws. There was no response from them. I am following the law. Now, in the past, The council liaisons were allowed to do that. In my view, I am following the law that states they are not library trustees. They are allowed to come to the meeting like any other resident. They can speak during public comment. The role of the council liaison is based on communication. That communication is that they can speak during public comment, and their role is to communicate what's happening at the library to the council, and they can, if they would like to, say something about what's happening with the council. This is the law. I am following the law, and I will continue to follow the law. So if there's any other opinions about the role of a library, of the council liaison, I'd like to hear them, but again, I'm not going against the law. This is what the law says. If I was a liaison to the council and they had closed sessions, I would not legally be allowed to be in those closed sessions. This is the law. That's what I'm following. And that's all I have to say about it.
Okay, but then if in the past, like Mayor Joshi was it was council.
I'm not gonna get into what happened in the past with other people. Wait, let me finish. Other than, I am following the law. That's all I'm doing. I'm not gonna debate. I am just telling you, I am following the law. What past presidents have done, maybe they interpret the law differently. I am following the law.
Okay, I'm just hoping that before that it wasn't illegal before is all I'm trying to say.
I am not judging what was happening in the past, other than I am following the law.
All right, thank you.
Okay, anybody else? Yes?
I'm gonna take a minute.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I mean, breathe before this and change the atmosphere
Okay.
here a little bit. Okay, so I have 3 topics. Alan had noted on most of them. So the first is our book sale that is coming up on December 5th, 6th, and 7th. If you are an active friend on December 5th, Friday, from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m., you can shop earlier than the rest of the folks on Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, the book sale is going to be 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., open to the public. Sunday, 12:30 to 4 p.m., open to the public. And also on Sunday, we'll have a bag sale as well. Donations are currently open at the Main and Clara libraries. I don't think we're accepting it at North, right? Just Main and Clara.
People bring it wherever they want to bring it. And if you can put whatever you want in print, people bring it wherever they want to bring it. That's been our experience.
So come to the branches and donate any books that you've already read, or it's been sitting there and you haven't touched it. We'll see if somebody else can crack that book open. So if you have, it has to be an active Friends membership for you to come on Friday. If you are a friend but you haven't given your membership dues this year, then please do so on the website so that you can join us on that Friday. Second, Alan had noted that the main library grand reopening is going to be on January 3rd, 2026. So with the ribbon cutting, we have an opportunity. If you are a friend, you can participate in there and join that. So invitations are going to be sent out to only the members that are active. If you would like to come to the grand reopening with potentially the mayor and the council and all of the trustees, please sign up for online to be a friend. And the third topic that I have is that we actually have 2 openings for vice chairs as on the Friends board. So if anyone is interested, please email us. And again, it's on the main Edison Library webpage, and you can reach out to see if you are interested. All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right. Is there anybody else? All right, I'd like to close the public comments. And we are going to go into closed session. Be it resolved by the Edison Public Library Board of Trustees that the board will now enter into a closed session to discuss matters related to personnel, as these matters involve confidential employee information protected by state law. Can I have a motion? And a second?
Second.
Roll call.
You could do.
Oh, we can do it, yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody aye?
Yes.
Aye.
That
Okay,
would save me the,
okay, that's good.
save it till we're going.
All right, so I will ask everybody to leave, we can stop the recording. Alan We
Yeah,
are,
I told you I got a Valentino.
Oh my.
we are back. We are back. Okay, so the first thing I wanna do, now that we're back, is I'd like to propose a resolution. I'd like to propose a resolution. Yeah, I have a motion to extend,
Oh, sorry. Do you need a motion to come back?
To come back.
we did, we
Oh,
don't know.
But
unanimous.
who motioned and who said it?
It was
Unanimous
Policy.
Unanimous consent.
Well-
Joe? It was unanimous consent too.
Okay, thank you.
May I make a motion to extend Alan's contract to January 31st?
Motion.
Second,
Second.
can I have a roll call, please?
Ms. Kabadi,
Yes.
Ms. Mead,
Yes.
Mr. Romano,
Yes.
Mr. Patel,
Yes.
Ms. Singh,
Yes.
and Mr. Di Pasquale.
Yes.
I got everyone? Yeah. Thank you.
Okay,
Motion carries.
thank you. Any comments, questions, announcements? Yes.
Well, let me go, because you're gonna be long.
Okay.
I actually had the opportunity to visit the North Edison Temporary Library, a few weeks ago. My dentist is in that building, and I must say it was set up very nicely, it was very clean, and, I did talk to a few patrons and they did like it. You know, so, good job.
Thank you.
It was a little hard because my dentist is upstairs and I walked downstairs and I walked past it and I had to walk back in order to see where it was. So it was a little hard to find at first.
But now you know where it is.
I don't know.
I mean, I think the layout was kind of very, yeah, it's a doctor's office, but each one of those rooms kind of has a theme.
Yeah,
And it kind of worked out really nice
It
for
did.
us. The building itself has some issues, as Joe is smiling as,
I just go upstairs and I come out.
yeah. But, yeah, I think we were really very fortunate to have found that. It's so much better than the thought of being in a trailer.
Yeah.
That would never have really worked for the community.
Mhm.
This at least, you know, we're able to do programs here, we do story time, we do adult programs. People can pick up holes, they can do whatever. We have people almost every day when I look in the back in the study room, in the computer room. So I think, if you think about it being a small library, it's not bad for a small library, it's okay.
There are sinks in every room.
That is true.
Yeah, I second Fiona, it's a good job, guys.
Anybody else?
Okay.
Go ahead, Joe.
It was mentioned, about, I talked about termination and people being, actually saying that they quit. The fact of the matter is,
Let's go session.
I have paperwork voted on by 9 board members. The 9 board members said to terminate. Right now, there's a discussion in town about the 9 board members who terminated, and the person that we're talking about was just elected to the Board of Ed. The reason he was terminated, I'm not gonna explain. And that will be something else that would probably be in closed session. Number 2, there was a demographic study done in 2020. The demographic study stated, and I responded from the board, from the dais, and I did say, I don't really give a rat. The fact of the matter is that the demographic study that was done was inaccurate and flawed in more than one way. I voted not to accept it and I made sure that that demographic study wasn't paid for. The demographic study, in which I'm a bad person, which is fine. If you would have seen the whole video, but you only seen 5 seconds of it. The fact of the matter is that the school system is overcrowded. The gentleman was telling us that we don't need expansion, and we proved that his demographic study was wrong. There's another issue. October 16th, 2019. I will not mention board members' names, but the yays were 9. There were no nays. What I'm talking about, the policy 5756. The people who voted, yays and nays, October 16th, 2019. I'm not a pedophile. I protect students. That's what my job is. What was stated by certain board members, which will remain nameless, I do have their names. The fact of the matter is I protected the students. 5756, as it stands right now, at this present time, is still policy in the state. Doesn't matter what the policy is in Edison. It's policy in state. State law. I will follow the state law. I follow the state law. Like other people that have stated things, it's the law. I have other things to say, but I want people to understand that I do follow the law. And your students getting a good education through the Edison Township Board of Education is my goal. But when I am sullied, I will speak out. Number 4, it has been an honor to work with the library. I'm quite sure I only have one more meeting here. I'd like to thank everyone for their hospitality in welcoming me. These people are extraordinary people. The people in the library are extraordinary. Do not take the education system away from the library. Remember one thing. What Edison makes, the world takes. Thank you for allowing me to speak.
Sure. All right. Anybody else? All right. So do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Okay, everybody?
Aye.
We are adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you.